Have you ever imagined what it would be like if it started raining and never stopped? The sky grew dark, the wind began to blow fiercely, and something very important was about to happen. But there was something even more frightening. No one believed it, even after being warned. Now tell me, what about you? Would you have believed? This is the story of a man who chose to trust, even when everyone laughed at him. His name was Noah. At that time, people had forgotten how to do good. They fought, lied, and did not care about one another. But there was one man who was different: Noah. He was kind, righteous, and loved God with all his heart. Noah helped people, did what was right, and trusted God even when no one else did. One day, God spoke to Noah. "Wickedness has filled the earth, but you are faithful. Build a great ark, a huge boat. I am going to send a great flood, and I will save you, your family, and the animals." Noah listened and chose to obey. So Noah began to work. Day after day, he cut wood, carried materials, and kept building without stopping. The ark was enormous, and every hammer strike was an act of faith. But people laughed at him. "Look at that! A giant boat! You must be crazy, Noah." But Noah did not stop. He did not need people to believe. He only needed to trust God. Then something incredible happened. The animals began to arrive, 2 by 2. Lions, elephants, birds, sheep, all of them walked toward the ark. It was as if God himself was guiding each one, and they all entered the ark. Noah, his family, and all the animals went inside. And then God shut the door. The sky grew dark, and the rain began to fall. At first, people did not believe it, but the rain would not stop, and it grew stronger and stronger. The waters began to rise, and then the people realized Noah was right. They became afraid, tried to run, and wanted to enter the ark. But the door was already closed, and the ark began to float upon the waters. The rain poured down without stopping, and the waters covered everything. But the ark floated safely because God was taking care of them. It rained continuously for 40 days and 40 nights. During all that time, the rain kept falling outside, flooding the entire earth. But inside the ark, there was peace. Noah, his family, and the animals learned to live together, caring for one another and trusting that God was in control of everything. Even in the middle of the storm, they were safe. After many days, Noah released a raven, but it was not yet the right time. Then, a few days later, Noah released a dove, and it flew away. Then returned carrying a leaf in its beak. The land was beginning to appear again. The waters started to recede. The sky became clear. And a new season began. Finally, the door opened. The animals began to leave, one by one, stepping onto dry ground. Then Noah and his family also came out, their hearts filled with gratitude and hope. Then they looked up at the sky and saw something wonderful. A brilliant rainbow appeared, and God made a promise. "Whenever this rainbow appears, I will remember that I will never again destroy the earth with a flood." And Noah understood. God never forgets his promises. The story of Noah teaches us that trusting God, even when no one else believes, can lead us to a new beginning, a beginning filled with hope, love, and light. This was another story from the Good Shepherd. See you in the next episode.